Hey everyone, in this video we're going to show you how to draw a figure drawing of a person with their knees up and hands on the knees. So grab your pencils and let's get drawing. First things first, this is a figure drawing, so we'll basically start with the head and it'll be somewhat of an outlined pose. So keep that in mind. The head would probably sit in this type of position here, chin kind of over here, and we can always adjust the shape of the head as we need to. From there, you might want to have your sight lines just look a little bit like that, and you might want to also just show the direction of the face and the head just like that, in a slightly downward angle. From there, you'll have your neck, and you will have your neck kind of over there, okay? So from there, you might want to go down, and what I like to do is just kind of do a cross axis like this. It is pretty much of a straight on drawing. Although the head is tilted, the person is still somewhat straight on towards you, so don't get fooled that I had the head tilted like that. From there, you might want to just get a shoulder circle over here and over here. And in this case, what we'll do is we'll have the person somewhat neutral on the shoulder stance, okay? So shoulders are kind of like that. You might want to just go out just a little bit more, just like the other side, okay? Now, the tricky part about this drawing is you really need to do the arms before you can do anything else, because they're kind of down, the arms are down, and they're kind of going back up like this. So on this side as well, you kind of have the arms going down and back up just like this. It's a tricky drawing, so we're going to adjust a lot in this drawing, but this is basically, the starting point of what we have, because what happens is just about over here, you have your two knees. So the two knees will sit right over here. I'm actually going to draw these knees first, just like that. And then from there, they'll go down, basically to the feet. They're pretty straight down. They might be just a slightly bit outward towards the bottom, but not by much, not much at all. So they'll go straight down like that, and you'll have your ankle lines over here, and you'll probably get, depending on the angle you're looking at, you might want to, well, first off, I'd like this to be a little longer. And we'll kind of go down, yeah, just about to there, get some ankle lines, and you'll have your feet kind of somewhat in this general vicinity, okay? And then over here, a little bit less, but you'll also have the feet over here. Let's draw the legs. The legs will basically go thin at the ankle, and they will definitely kind of get bigger and wider as you go up, and same on this side. So we'll start that, and we'll see if we can get this looking a little bit better as well. So on this side, because we're kind of looking from the side, you might want to just get the, I guess some of the calf muscles showing as well. And same on this side, you might want to get the calf muscles in as well. So that's kind of the starting point of the legs. Like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of refining in this because this is a challenging drawing. I'd say this is a bit more of an intermediate for sure. So we'll see what we can do, but let's just take it one step at a time. The arms are basically sitting at the top, but the elbows are really basically going down like this. So I'm just pulling down some of the lines for the arm. And I want to just make sure that that is also visible over there. So you basically have this kind of armpit, kind of arm position over here. I would say that there's too much squareness in the top of these knees. I did do that fairly quickly as well. So I would say that you could probably get these looking just a little more rounded. And in doing so, you might want to just do a quick erase and redraw as well. That's what I just did there as well. So you basically have like that. Your chest basically goes down. And on this side particularly, you basically have the hip basically going right down over here, and just over here, and back up on this side as well. This is the rough way to kind of draw this. You can draw it any way that you feel you need to, but this is, in my opinion, like the most accurate way to draw something like this. What we could probably do is just adjust this arm just a tiny bit, maybe just get this looking a little more like this, and we'll get this arm looking a little more like this as well, pointing up just a bit more, and you might have some hands over here and some hands just ever so slightly just over here on the top of the hand. So in this case, I would say that the angle of the arms should be just a little bit taller, because we want those hands to kind of be at the top, and I feel like this should be just a little bit taller, right? You could kind of see already that looks a lot better. So, so definitely something that you want to be aware of, and just ensure that your drawing is as accurate as possible. Over here, make sure that you're curving enough. You could kind of see if you go too boxy, it kind of looks like a box bum, if you will. So just be careful of that. The head's a little big at this point. I think I was trying to make this drawing a little bit bigger, and it ended up being smaller than I thought. So all you have to do is really just do a quick erase and just scale down the head. I know sometimes it looks a bit alien-like, but you know, it's kind of funny, and it's part of drawing too, right? You want to make sure that you're okay with adjustments. Like, I don't think very rarely people draw with perfection, and very rarely do people draw with, like, you know, zero mistakes. And I don't think that's a great way to learn to draw either. I really feel like people should, you know, accept that drawing is a creative outlet, and how can anyone possibly at all, like, learn and be a good artist if you're not going to learn how to use that eraser, right? It's funny too, because people often ask, like, how long have you been practicing your art? So it's almost like art is a practice that continues. So it's not, you know, how long have you been a good artist, but how long have you been practicing your art? So even kind of like someone who's really good at art, you would still ask, like, how long have you been practicing your art? So it's almost like a relative term, where someone who's good was still practicing and improving their art. And it's kind of a nice way, a nice kind of place to kind of be as well. So I would just, you know, keep that in mind, because it's certainly a nice kind of community to be a part of, is that drawing community, right? So yeah, you can kind of see we're starting to pull this all together. The person's right arm is a little longer, and I think that that's more accurate. So I want to bring this down just a little bit, and I think I'm liking this a little bit more. The other thing I would probably say is, you know, I purposely had the head tilted. It's a bit more of like I wouldn't say a distressed pose, but just kind of a just like a head down pose. They might be staring at something, you know, their eyesight might be looking at something over here, or there might actually be something, you know, over there that they're looking at. They might be sad, they might be, you know, feeling a bit down as well. Who knows? Whatever the reason is, they're definitely head down, as they say. So let's finish this off with a quick kind of marker outline. The marker outlines we always use for our figure drawings. They're a really good way to take these pencil sketches that we've kind of been, you know, doing and erasing and all of that, and basically just solidifying a lot of what we did with the marker. So you can kind of see I'm just going ever so slightly, like step by step, and just getting this looking as realistic as possible. So remember, you have your arms there, but the leg is in front of the arm. So although the arm is there, the leg should kind of sit like this, okay? And the leg should go right around, and you also have the hands just on top like that, okay? You do have the hips behind, and over here, you basically go down to the foot, and just like that. Let's do the same with the other leg. Legs are touching, okay? And we'll go down. We'll basically bring this up and around, down to the foot, and the foot basically goes like this, and kind of sits over here as well. So you could kind of do that, and of course this kind of, the hips kind of go back. The arm, like the other side, goes around, and you want to get just a little bit of hands on top of the knees. That's the best way to make this look realistic as well, okay? You have your shoulder here. When you do the shoulder, sometimes you want to just get a bit more of a, if it's perhaps like a, you know, somewhat of a muscular person, Could be male or female. The shoulders are a bit more broad, so just be aware of that as well. This is pretty much, for the most part, what I'm liking and I like what I'm seeing. A lot of times I like to just add in some accent lines, if you will. So the accent lines just connect, in this case, elbow to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to neck, neck to head, head showing the head face lines, knee and down, ankle, ankle, foot, foot. Basically kind of, in a way, if you will, just this joint-like pattern. Sometimes I've referred to them as joint lines as well. So you can also refer to those as joint lines, whatever works for you. You know, it's just a really good way to kind of get this drawing put together. So I think we're looking pretty good. So for a figure drawing, the best part is that you can make this look as detailed or as simple as you want. So at this point, I'll say thank you so much for watching and have a great day.